Here at Mike Techs It Out, we care deeply about problems, especially first world problems. Now, millions of people can't get good internet connection in their pool house or their third and second offices, and it's very sad. I've actually seen people lose friends because they can't play online games with them, and it just hurts me to my heart. And it also hurts me to say that I'm one of those people. My office, my Wi-Fi connection is horrible. It drops out. I don't have any friends. They've all abandoned me till yesterday when I made a change, drastic change that will forever alter my life. Now let's check it out. Right now I'm here, not in my office, but in Jeff's office, as you can see with all these collectibles. But the reason that I'm here is because this is the room where the modem and router are, and the copy of Death Stranding. I don't know how you feel about it, but it's here. But Jeff's internet's completely fine. So of course he's in the room with the router. A lot of his stuff's directly connected. His computer's not directly connected, but since it's right here, he gets like, around 450 megabits normally on his wireless connection. We have a gigabit connection, so that's kind of like around the upper range of what you can do over Wi-Fi. But me, on the other hand, yeah, sometimes I can get over 400 on a good day, but other times I might get around 200, or if it's bad, I might get like 30. It's really all over the place. So the consistency is not there. And that's when I got this crazy idea. And part one of that crazy idea was going to Best Buy yesterday and getting this $25 Netgear unmanaged gigabit Ethernet switch and connecting it up in my room. So let's go ahead and take a little walk here so you can just see how close my room actually is to where the router is. Boom, so we're right here. It's really not that far, but it's far enough where it causes me issues. Say hi to Master Chiefette, Master Chief's wife, in Halo Infinite. Hopefully it didn't spoil the game for anybody. Sorry, Nathan Fillion, I'm sorry if I spoiled the game for you. Anyway, so here is the other component, something that I've already had for years. This is a Netgear Powerline adapter. So what this does is it has two ends. You plug each one into an outlet. The other end, goes over where your router is, and then you have an Ethernet cable that comes out of the bottom. You hook it into your router. The other side, you plug into another outlet, and then you hook that up into whatever device you need. So this was in use for our server because we didn't want to have to necessarily keep the server in the same room as the router because it does take up quite a bit of space. So I usually keep it in my room, and I'm also the one that uses it the most, so it makes sense for me to have it in my room. So that's why I've had this Powerline adapter. But I got to thinking, and I was like, well, if I already have this adapter here, then why don't I just go ahead and connect up this switch to the adapter and connect it up with this computer, and we'll see what happens. And honestly, the internet was one part of the puzzle, but really the other part of the puzzle was I really wanted faster access to the server because it was taking forever. Like, honestly, I did a test. I did a couple tests before I went ahead and connected everything. So the first thing was I went ahead and did a speed test to see where we were over Wi-Fi. We're close to 200. Then also I did a file transfer test. I transferred a 650 megabyte file just to see how long it would take over Wi-Fi. As you can see here, it took about 3 minutes over Wi-Fi. Now, after getting everything connected, I did the speed test and I was getting around 160 down. So speed was actually lower, overall, because I've ran the test several times. It stays around that 160 mark, but at least it's a consistent 160. So I've had this going for about a day, and every time I run the speed test, it's been consistent. I haven't really experienced any dropouts. I'm losing the maximum speed that I could be getting, like when I'm over Wi-Fi, but I'm getting a more consistent speed. And as far as the server, there was no competition there. So my speed to the server was so much faster. That file took less than 10 seconds to move over to the server with a direct connection, with them both being connected to the same switch. For now, I'm really liking the way that this is going, and I use that computer for video editing. I do some gaming up there, but it's not the primary use, and I really use the server to transfer files from my Mac to that computer, and I kind of needed to be fast. So the next step in the process is I'm going to order a USB-C to Ethernet adapter so I can connect my MacBook up to it as well, and they'll be all be able to share files really quickly, and that's part of the goal. And then the internet is good enough, at least it's consistent. So, it's not as fast, but it's consistent, and that's fine with me. So with that consistent internet speed, I'm just going to go ahead and run with it. I'm going to keep this going. I'm going to have to test it more extensively to see if there's any other downsides to using it this way. Now, one issue I did run into with the Powerline adapter is I initially had it plugged into a power strip in this room in Jeff's office, and when I was testing it through the power strip, I was only getting 30 megabits per second. I had to plug it directly into the wall, so that's important. Obviously, it's running off of your power lines, so if you put something in between there like a power strip, it's going to cause issues, especially with a bunch of other stuff plugged into it. The other thing is, if you do have problems with your electrical wiring, then the Powerline adapter just might not work at all or very well for you. So that's another thing to keep in mind. For now, this solution is working well enough for me to keep it going, but we'll see what happens in the future. My first world problems. But if you enjoyed this video, make sure to tell a friend, tell a coworker, like, share, and subscribe, and always do at least 2 things at the same time. Peace.